Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Omniverse Chronicles Star Wars Force and Destiny. I am Kim. I'm a cast member on the Crit Show, and I am joined by an incredible cast as well as a wonderful guest GM. Please introduce yourselves, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I am Andrew Mours. I am your guest GM for the Star Wars arc here on the Omniverse Chronicles, and I can't wait to destroy these Jedi. Oh, they didn't see that coming.
Okay, cool. I love that for us.
Lucky us. Well, you're next.
Oh yeah, okay. Hi guys, I'm Will. You can find me on this show right now as one of the Jedi that is playing this game. So good to meet you all. I hope to not have all of our characters die this session because our body count's currently at 1. So that's good. Yeah, you can find me everywhere at LARP Analysis, but you can find me mostly right here, right now. And we move on to...
Hi,
right
Percy
way?
Davis. Yeah, am I here? I don't think I'm on that side. Wherever I am. Hi, Percy Davis, professional wrestler, commentator, all around energetic, talkative guy. Y'all can find me on Twitter at Big Percy Universe and right here, having fun with my friends.
Oh man, I'm Rev. I just wandered into this. I don't know how I've never been here before. I don't know what's going on. I just found this call going on and I joined.
Young man, if you don't have a wristband, you can't be in here for the meet and greet.
Yeah, anything worth knowing about me, you can find at thecritshowpodcast.com.
Fantastic. Then I think let's just pass it on over to Andrew.
Hi, everybody. Well, after last week's session, I can honestly say I am insanely excited to see what comes next in this game. And I really have no idea what's coming next in this game because it is really up to these 4 players here. But there are a couple things that I want to clear up before we get started. This is a very complex game. And it's not too hard to play. I love playing it myself, but there's a ton of rules that can be thrown at you and can seem a little overwhelming. So now that we're into session 2, and we kind of have a good grasp on how this game is played, we're going to look into 2 new features of this game. Number 1 is morality. So we've seen these characters make some decisions. We've seen them reach out, use the Force, sometimes tell lies, sometimes reach out and use the dark side to accomplish what they want to do. Rev.
Who did that?
I think I did all those things.
Yeah, really reaming ref right now.
Right, right. All of yeah. Xavier's like all of that was Rev.
Mm-hmm. So,
Go on.
every character in this game has what is known
Is
as
this an intervention or are we playing an RPG? What's going on here?
Rev, we're all here because we love you.
Your dark side has affected me.
Rev's committed every single war crime possible within the system.
So, every character has what is known as a morality score in this game, and that is what determines if you are a light side user of the Force and a dark side user. You all start out as light side users, but as you make certain choices, as you tap into the dark side, it affects your morality, and that is subject to change as we go along. So in every choice that you make, if you do something that uses the dark side, you gain something called conflict. And then at the end of the session, we roll a die to see how that conflict has affected your morality. So, Kanan, Laura, Utambu, all of you didn't make any choices that generated conflict last session. So your morality can only go up.
Nice.
Rev.
Mm-hmm.
Murdered 6 children. Threw them off.
I believe Master Yoda has some things to say about lying and how it affects your standing with the Force. And also, your obsession with the books and maps that you hold led you to tap into the dark side power. So you gained 3 conflict in this past session. And we'll go through how the numbers actually work in a sec. Everybody, though, I'm going to need you to roll a d10. And yes, that's right, if you're watching at home. A d10, not the Force and Destiny Star Wars dice, an actual die.
Okay, well, let me find one, my friend.
All right. Okay.
Did I warn you that you would need one of these?
He did.
Yes, and I'm
Probably.
inept, so...
But I wasn't listening.
If you go to Google and type in roll d10, I'm pretty sure it will roll it for you
Yeah.
because
I
Google
have
will
my
do
result.
anything nowadays. So Kanan, what did you get?
I got a 6.
So your morality increases by 6 points.
Oh, nice. I gotta write that down somewhere.
Laura,
I got a 4.
your morality increases by 4 points.
Look at me.
And Utambu,
I got 5.
like a broken record, I say your morality increases by 5 points.
Tasty.
And out here
Rev.
like doing alcohol for the first time and gaining morality from it. Love that for him.
It was milk.
Yeah, but he thinks it's alcohol.
I like that I used my force powers to ghost a man at a bar, and that was considered an okay use of force powers.
That is a light side choice if I have ever heard it.
I'm gonna say, in this day and age, and a long, long time ago, that was the right choice to make.
Your talent.
Oh, I got a 7.
You got a 7.
I did.
That's a good result. You
Okay.
rolled over your conflict score. So we're going to subtract your conflict from your 7, giving you a 4,
Mhm.
and your morality increases by 4 points. If
Oh,
you had
okay.
rolled under your conflict, your morality would have gone down.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So the more choices you make in a game session that generate conflict, the higher the chance is that you are going to slip further down the track towards the dark side of the Force.
Okay.
Now, real quick, just to get into the crunch of the numbers, I want to go around and have you each tell me what your morality score is, because this will actually factor into this session, starting with Kanan.
56.
Laura,
54.
Utambu,
76.
and Randual.
Also 54.
Okay. So one of you has reached a morality threshold. And Utambu did this by some fancy footwork and character creation. Utambu, you are a light side paragon at this point. You are closer to the light side of the Force than all of your companions. And this will affect what we're about to talk about next, which is the destiny points. A part of this game that I didn't want to jump into in session 1 because it can be a little confusing is the destiny points. At the beginning of every session, every character rolls a Force die, and that will affect the destiny pool. So let's go through and have everyone roll a Force die and tell me what you get.
Okay.
That's the white one, correct?
That is the white one. Just roll 1.
Cool.
Real quick, is it the white one or the blue one?
It is the white one.
Okay.
The blue one is a boost die. The white one
yes.
is the Force die.
Okay.
Kanan, what'd you get?
I got 2 light side.
Beautiful. Laura, what'd you get?
1 light side.
Utambu,
2 dark side.
beautiful.
Now who's a light side paragon?
He
Okay.
immediately loses good points.
And Randuil,
1 light side.
awesome.
Net positive. Net positive.
So that gives us with 4 light side points and 2 dark side points. This pool is a pool of points you can spend throughout the game. Anytime you want something good to happen or you feel like the Force should intervene to benefit you, you can do what's called flipping a light side point. You have 4 at your disposal, and you can flip them to make a good thing happen. But when you do that, you flip them to become a dark side point, and you give me dark side points that I can spend to make bad things happen to you. So it kind of goes back and forth. If you flip it to me, I flip it to you. As we go back and forth, it's an ever-evolving pool. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have put down in my notes, light side, we make good. If flip become dark side he make bad. If flip become light side.
You explained it so much better than I ever could have. Thank you. And lastly, because Utambu is a light side paragon, we add another light side point to this pool. So you have 5 light side points, and there are 2 dark side points. Now,
Imagine being like such a good boy, you can just warp luck in your favor.
that is Utambu to a T. One last thing that I have to say for everybody watching, in case you were wondering, I did not say it last session, but this story takes place in the days of the Old Republic, millennia before the stories that we are familiar with of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. This is way in the past. Now, Kim, I think it's time to roll the crawl.
Andrew, these are insane every time, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my friend. Now I want to just nerd out about how to fully justify text in Adobe Premiere, but nobody wants to watch me ramble about that, except maybe our good friend Nix, because we geeked out about it earlier this week. But we open up in the building of the Republic Senate. The door has opened in front of you, and Senator Sunrider has looked at the 4 of you and said, "I'm glad you've come. It is imperative that we talk. Please come into my office." She steps aside and waves her arm across a spacious office that extends into multiple rooms. There's a little reception area that you step into, ornately furnished, and off to the left you see an opening into another room with a magnificent executive desk and bookshelves lining the wall, covered in real books. She gestures to the 4 of you and points to a number of seats in front of the desk. "Please, be seated."
Ian is like vibing with this place. Something real nice. It's like, oh yes, finally. And yeah, he'll go take a seat, looking kind of like he knows we're supposed to be like trying to play it cool for the time being, but he's happy to be here, so he's gonna go and take a seat.
Completely opposite from Kanan. I feel extremely out of place in this fancy senator office. Though also I know that we're supposed to be pretending to be smugglers, so I feel like that kind of attitude is expected, so I'm going to kind of nervously sit next to Kanan.
Utambu will offer a glance to Rendul, who he knows will usually always take up the rear, and kind of just offers him just the slightest nod in regards to this is a safe place. So be at peace. Thank you, Madam Sunrider, for your hospitality. And he will take his seat.
Yeah, and then I will kind of glance behind me one more time and then sit down.
She slowly walks around the desk, and she's leaning very heavily on the cane in her hand. As she sits down, she pushes a button on the desk, and 2 security guards step into the room, standing on either side of the alcove behind you. I hope you will understand my taking precautions. May I offer the 4 of you a drink?
Once again, your hospitality alone is enough for the 4 of us. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you, C4. And a protocol droid starts walking out of the room. Now, I believe it was you, and she turns to Rendul. I believe it was you that I was speaking with before. You did not give me your name. How shall I address you?
It's actually a very interesting question. I can't exactly place it, but something about your name sounds familiar.
Familiar, yes, well. That is not surprising. The Sunrider name has belonged to a... She gets choked up for a minute. My name is unimportant. I believe I was talking about yours. You know who I am, so you have me at a disadvantage.
Is there a how would I want to ask this question? Can I do a vibe check? How do I see, like, what's the energy coming off of her?
So in this game, that is straight up perception.
Okay.
You roll perception. When in Pathfinder, you would roll sense motive or anything like that to get a vibe off of a person or to look around a room. So I would say give me a straight up perception check without difficulty.
Okay.
Or no, actually, that is wrong.
Okay.
Stop.
Unroll those dice.
Stop.
I've
Everybody
already rolled
stop.
them, but I'll just do it again. It's fine. I promise.
Negate dice.
Because you are rolling against a particular person, I've mentioned this before, you are going to roll an opposed check.
Okay.
So, you are going to roll 2 reds and a purple with your perception check.
Oh my.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. But there is a reason.
Okay.
She's gonna counter vibe check you.
All right. I have a success. The end.
And you are looking for her vibe. What
Yes.
sense you get from her specifically.
Yeah.
Okay. She comes across as cold and matter of fact. The demeanor that she is showing is not nearly as expressive or emotive as you saw on the hologram when you first spoke with her. There is something behind her eyes. It wouldn't be malice or anything like that, but there is something, a wariness, a distrust. As she looks at the 4 of you, you get the sense that she doesn't trust you. And specifically, Rendul, she doesn't trust you.
Yes, of course. My name is Rendul.
Rendul. And what is your affiliation? Are you just a team of scavengers? Do you work for one of the local gangs?
I think that as I kind of go to answer this question, there's a very intentional moment of looking, like throwing focus to the guards, and then looking back to her. We were sent here on a, almost you might call it an excavation mission, looking for relics, history, books, things like that.
Archaeologists. What university do you work for? Feel free to make something up. You don't have to come up with a Star Wars reference.
Thank you. No, I'm trying to decide if the organization that we work for is more fluid.
Fluid. In other words, you are mercenaries?
No. We were uneasy, and I think I'm gonna turn and look down to Tambu about who we could talk to here. But your name means something, not just to people on this planet, but in stories and books, things that we four sitting here, and I try to take very, very seriously.
Ian can't help like smile a little bit wider at that. Like a
Make an average charm check.
Okay. Three successes.
Oh, he's got a silver tongue. Okay.
Right?
All right.
She stands up and looks at the guards and says, "You may leave us." The guards, without a word, nod and step out of the room. She walks over and pushes a button next to the alcove, and doors that you did not even know were there slide shut. They almost look like blast doors. Like they look out of place in this office. And she slowly walks over to the other side of the desk. Says, "Very well. Let's cut the crap."
You're a Jedi.
I am not.
I saw you. I had a vision of you. You were younger, but you had a lightsaber.
Many of us have carried lightsabers at some point or another in our lives. That doesn't mean we have to retain our affiliation to that dying order. The Jedi are dead.
yet here we are. And kind of like stands up.
Utambu kind of like reaches down on his shoulder and just lightly guides you back down.
I just awkwardly sit.
But now there are the four of you. Tell me, who is your master? What is left of the order?
Excellent question.
Yeah, who
there.
did send us?
Andrew, yes. I know we are. I know
Did you
we.
guys not read the primer? No, I'm kidding.
I sent you a 78-page cheat sheet with everything that you needed to know.
It was like 3 paragraphs long.
I'm so
couldn't
I
read it
didn't
all.
I didn't do the summer reading. I'm sorry.
You were sent by Jedi Master Atten Rand,
Rand, that is.
Thank
that's
you.
correct.
and the order numbers about 3 dozen total.
Yeah.
The Jedi are scattered, Madam Sunrider, and leading us, sending us on our mission, is Jedi Master Atten Rand. Though there are few of us, we are doing what we can to preserve the Order and the galaxy with it.
You're on a fool's errand. I do not know this Master Rand. He certainly wasn't around in my day. But I've seen what mistakes the Jedi Order has made. I have seen the Force rip people in half. I have seen worlds swallowed. Get out while you still have a chance. While you're still young, while you still have a life to live. Leave this pointless crusade behind.
And Utambu's gonna kind of like look to everyone individually to kind of gauge their feelings on that. He would most certainly look at Laura, the newest of our order, and try to gauge what her like facial expressions are, what she's giving off.
And I think in that moment I'm looking at Utambu for reassurance. You know, I've only been a part of this order for maybe a year at this point, and I don't know that much about the Jedi of old or things like that. And I think I'm checking in with Utambu, like, for like a little bit of a emotional reassurance that no, we're doing a good thing here.
And Utambu will offer the slightest and gentlest nod, one that you've become accustomed to in your fledgling Jedi career. And then his eyes will turn to Kanan, the second youngest and least experienced of our order.
Kanan looks, first of all, like he's about to speak. Like, first thing. He is smiling, somewhat, not indignantly, but like there's something inside him that he is kind of swelling upon, and there's kind of like an almost excitement about him as that happens.
And a small smile and a nod for Kanan as well, and then Utambu's eyes travel over to Rendul, the most experienced of all of us.
I think it's just a very slight sadness in the eyes that is geared towards having heard this before and knowing that Laura had a vision of a younger time and what painful event it must have been to cause this hatred in her voice. So it's pity's not the right word, but it's a sorrow for what this person has endured. But there is no falter in the idea.
And seeing the glimmer in Kanan's eyes, Utambu would look back to him again, knowing that this blinding light that he always sees off of Kanan, despite the outward actions and appearances, he knows that that light is necessity, and kind of lets Kanan go off in the way that he needs to.
Kanan will say, well, Excuse me, Madam Miss Sunrider, ma'am. The Jedi Order, there's so few of us left, and we're the newest generation. But because there's so few left, that means that it's up to us to choose where things are going to go from here. We're the ones forging the destiny and the future of the Jedi Order.
Tell me, where do you see it going?
That's the whole thing. We don't really know yet. It's the joy and the privilege of discovery and forging our own destinies. It's a path we was just walking, and I can't wait to keep walking it.
You have no idea, young one. No idea. When I was a Jedi, when I was your age, our numbers stretched across the galaxy. There were Jedi like there were stars in the sky. And all it took was one to snuff us out. You think you have power, you think you have a path to forge, but you don't. What you do doesn't matter. You are a target. That is all you are. If you follow this path, you are a target. There is a bullseye painted on your back. It only leads to death.
But Miss, if I know you said there was a lot of Jedi here and a lot of them got wiped out, but they weren't wiped out. We're still here.
Still here. Grasping at straws. Pulling at threads of a tapestry you do not understand. When I say snuffed out, I mean devoured. You do not wish to see what I have seen.
Madam Sunrider, I cannot begin to understand what you went through, but I do wish to learn from it. You said it took one to snuff us out, but you are still here. Your knowledge, your experience, where the Force guided you, it could help all of us. And especially if you do not want something like that to ever happen again, I'm sorry, but you simply must help us then.
That's right. There's always going to be evil in this universe, and someone's got to stand up to it.
Senator, with respect, you say that we're going around with a target on our backs. I've grown up my entire life in the lower levels of Coruscant. I only just recently joined the Jedi, but all of those 22 years that I was living in Coruscant, I had a target on my back then still. At least now, with the Jedi, I'm part of a group, and it means something. It has to mean something.
You hear, but you don't understand. Where there is light, darkness will rush in to claim it. Where the Jedi stand, those who seek to destroy you will be drawn. But I have said my piece. Tell me truthfully, why are you here?
To reclaim the temple.
You will find a hard task ahead of you. That temple has become a war zone. Let it die.
You know, it won't die If we leave it alone, it's just a wound on this planet that will fester, further hurting those people you protect.
You are not wrong. She sighs and leans her cane against the desk, reaches over and pushes a button, and a hologram of the Jedi Temple leaps up on the desk in front of you. She looks wistfully at one point on the hologram in the South Tower, shakes her head and looks up at you. The temple once stood as a beacon of hope, and now it has just become a target, a stronghold to be vied for by the different gangs that dwell on this festering planet's surface. I believe it's either the Tyrak or the core rats that holds it now, but they've been locked in a deadlock for the past year. You're walking into a war zone if you go into there. As powerful as you think you are, you can't stand against an army of blasters.
And what do you suggest?
Now you want to listen.
We have always wanted to listen. But we have also wanted to improve the Jedi Order and lives here on Coruscant as well if we can. If these gangs are so dangerous, steering them away from the temple, making them pay for these misdeeds or facing justice, it is what the Jedi would do. And outside of the Jedi, as he looks her up and down, it would be the right thing for the people.
Unfortunately, it's not my jurisdiction. I am the senator from Harath. I have no authority here in Coruscant outside of representing my planet. I could put you in touch with the Coruscanti local police. But
Sorry.
sorry, that sounded like a derisive snort at the police.
It was.
Let's not go
Yeah.
there.
Utam was like, I do not understand. Is there a reason you do not like the police?
Let's not get into it.
Utambu later off camera.
I could not begin to suggest a course of action. Perhaps if you go in from the top, you find a way to infiltrate under the cover of night. I don't know. I don't know who's even occupying the temple right now.
It's the Korats.
Correct. Have you worked with many Shadrafan?
Worked with is an interesting qualifier. I know one. I think he's still in the Korats.
Well then, maybe that's your way in. You certainly don't need me. She looks over. Go ahead.
When you reached out to us asking about the Jedis who arrived, we were shot down, as I'm sure you know. Who else on that radio frequency who has the connections that you do would have been interested in seeing our shuttle never land?
That is something I do not know. I'm the only one that I am aware of that keeps watch out for any reference to the Jedi. When it came up that 4 Jedi had entered this planet once again, well, I have my ways of finding out. It is very possible that there are others, but if there are, I do not know them.
Like just like raises his hands because
Yes, young man.
we weren't in system for a long time before we got shut down. You must have been really on it when you heard that there were Jedi in the area. Like, it must have been really, really quick on the draw to find out that we're here. That makes me feel really happy about. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss.
And she seems to genuinely smile for the first time since you've seen her. What is your name, young Jedi?
I'm Kanan Odebrand. Ha, ha. Yep.
Well, Jedi Odebrand. It is a pleasure to meet you as well. Perhaps you will come and visit me again sometime.
I'm sure we will. It's yeah, that'd be real nice.
Right. Maybe I can offer you something. And she stands up and turns around for a minute, starts digging through one of the bookshelves. She pulls out a data pad that was slipped in between two books. She slides it across the desk to Kanan.
Pick it up.
Right. You turn it on and a schematic pops up detailing the South Tower of the Jedi Temple. She smiles and leans over, her hand resting on Kanan's arm, and you see a wizened finger point to a little spot in the tower. You see that room there?
Yep.
That was my room. Long, long time ago. If you look at this tower here, that is all residential. That is where the apprentices slept back in my day. Of course, quite often I was traveling with my mother, but when we were not together, I was here. You see, over here is the medical wing, and she gestures to another part of the tower, and down here, that's the training facility. I have no idea if it is what it all is now, but who knows? Something tells me that whoever is occupying it would only be using that as a place to sleep. If I could hazard a guess, that might be your way in. There's a landing pad here. She gestures to the top of the tower, right at the tip.
Thank you. It's very kind of you to point that out.
Forgot I had that.
Is there anything you want me to pick up from your old room?
Young man. And she smiles an almost familial smile at Kanan. Thank you, but that won't be necessary. And the smile fades from her face and she goes to sit down. I take it then that there is no actual business to conclude here. You have nothing scavenged to sell. No relics of the Jedi. You simply have your own equipment, and that, and she gestures to the mask on Renduel's arm, that is your own.
Correct.
He looks sad for a minute and glances across the four of you. Just survive. That's all I ask. Don't let the Force claim another life.
I'm sorry for whatever it is you have been through, Madam Sunstrider. You say that we all have a target on our back, and that's true. Something we learned long ago is that if we have a target on our back, there are dozens, maybe hundreds of others that keeps out of the crosshairs.
Others have an advantage. Those that hunt you don't care about them. Well, it appears you won't take my counsel, so simply take care of one another. I am tired now. Please see yourselves out. She pushes a button and the blast door opens.
And Utsambu will just stand and offer a very polite full bow and walk out without a word.
I'll follow.
I pause and reach into my satchel and take out the little figurine from Amanda's console and just sit it on the desk. And turn and go out.
Before Kanan leaves, he'll say, I hope I didn't come across as that I was ignoring your advice, miss, but, well, I really hope I can prove you wrong. Respectfully.
Young man. She smiles again. You just remind me so much of someone I used to know.
It's a good thing.
And the smile fades, and you see a very pained, sad look in her eyes. Perhaps.
Kind of nod a couple times. And leave.
And we'll linger in that office for a minute as she leans back in her chair. A single tear wells up in her eye, and before it can roll down her cheek, she brushes it away almost angrily. Another 4 lambs to the slaughter. And we'll cut to the outside of the office. The 4 of you. A few people bustle through this corridor that stretches around. But the 4 of you are kind of off by yourselves. No one is stopping to bother you or inquire why you're there. What do you want to do?
I think definitely Rendul needs to look over the schematics, as he is our resident temple head and such.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kanan will provide those without any issue.
And Madam Sunrider mentioned going from above, and then gave us the schematics here for the south side of the temple. I am no strategist of any kind, but Rendul, what do you make of this?
It's not a whole lot of information, but information that probably a lot of other people don't have. We could take this time while we're here if we wanted to try to work with the senator from Coruscant, but I'm not sure what kind of a welcome we'd get. If we want to do it on our own, this is definitely the way to do it.
I think that, we just met with a senator who is probably the most likely person to provide help to us, and even she was saying, "Hey, we should probably not do this." I think if you go to any other senator, I think the best we'll get is laughed out, and the worst would be probably arrested for disturbing the peace or planning to or something. I don't know. I don't know Coruscant very well.
That seems about right, Ace.
Great.
Laura is a citizen of this planet. What if we just spent the next 6 episodes working to get her elected? And this just turned into all political intrigue.
Throw out this character sheet on the spot.
No,
I was
just
hoping
rip
this
our
is where we
character
would go.
sheets.
Our graduation, just throw them in the air.
No.
Yeah. If this is the way we're going to go, we either got to get really good at climbing or find a ride.
At this point, you have the schematics from Senator Sunrider. You have the names of the 2 gangs involved in this turf war, or at least that you believe are involved in this turf war. And you have some really fancy clothes from last episode's montage. What are you guys thinking? What's next on the agenda?
I think Kanan actually has an idea. So, in a lot of the stories that I used to read, there would always be like these kind of conflicts and all these kind of like disagreements that would always happen in like the backgrounds. But while these large, huge battles were going on, the heroes would always do smaller things in the side. Is there any way we could like provoke the 2 sides warring over this thing into fighting each other while we slip into the back while the fighting's going on? Is that a thing we could do? Because if you just fly in and drop in when nothing's happening, like, the only thing to see would be us.
I believe the original suggested idea was to drop in during using the cover of night and such.
That's going to be a pretty tight window. Shadra fans sleep about 3 hours a night.
Goodness, no wonder they look the way that they do. It also comes into regards, how will we get transportation? We are grounded.
It's a great question. Laura?
Yeah.
Oh, do I happen to know more pilots for us? I usually just take taxis.
Yeah, is there a Coruscant rent-a-bike? But like one that flies?
Do you have the credits for that?
Nope.
So you could certainly hire a pilot, and
Yeah.
it certainly would be within the realm of possibility for Laura to know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Is this something that I could
Laura-
spend a destiny point on?
yeah. You want to know somebody that could help you out here? Flip a light side point.
Oh, okay.
And I realize when I say that, that is me flip the light side point, because that's where the light side points are, is on my desk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are now at 4 light and 3 dark.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, why don't you tell me about who Laura knows?
Laura knows a pilot named Pax Valerian. And they are a little bit of an independent contractor in the smuggling business of Coruscant, but they are a very good pilot if you are trying to travel within the planet of Coruscant itself. As long as you don't, like, inspect the other packages around you too closely.
So Pax Valerian, you
Pax
said?
Valerian, yeah.
Okay. And is Pax Valerian a human?
Probably not, but I don't know enough about alien races.
All right. Let's see here.
right, chat. It's time to vote.
Time, yeah.
Your answers for Twi'lek, put in A. For a Devorian, put in B.
I,
Please
And
submit
for
your
a
votes.
Celestin, put in C. Cast your votes now.
and we're only semi-joking. If you want this pilot to be a specific race, please put it in the chat. I will watch the chat for the next 10 seconds or so. And if anything shows up in the chat, I will use what you say instead of randomly choosing something from my list of.
I'm still lost on Coruscanter as the latest rideshare app on Coruscant.
It's real good.
So good.
Coruscanter.
No, that's the name of PAX's business is Coruscanter.
All
The
right,
Destiny
let's.
points been flipped. It's
Is
happening.
Is the vehicle going to be rent called the Dustbuster 7000?
Get out.
All right.
You're
I
not doing this
see
again.
Wookiee. I see Zabrak. I see Amwati, which. How do I not know what an Amwati is? If it's a real Star Wars.
is? God, everyone
Oh.
knows what Amwati is.
Of course. Will, why don't you tell us what an Amwati
Oh
is?
no.
Cool. They have. Let me just Google this real quick. They got this kind of crown of feathers thing going on. Blue-skinned people, feather crown things going on. It's a Star Wars race.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. I see Wookiee, Zabrak, Amwati, Shadrafan, Hutt, and Duros. If you know a Hutt, I'm going to be amazed, and this is going to be great. But Kim, since this is your friend, why don't you roll me a d6? I've made the list on my little notes here.
I was told to
The
only
Wookiee,
provide a
I'm gonna be so
D10.
happy.
One moment, please.
I'm sorry, I have d6s here from when I was playing Monster of the Week on Saturday, and my crit show dice always failed me.
4.
Like a dozen times. 4. Beautiful. You know a Shadra fan. This is excellent.
Oh, my cousin
Excellent.
Marty. Yeah, he's with the Corets.
So Pax Valerian.
I
the
know.
Shadra
I
fan.
know a lot of Shadra fan because this is separate and distinct from the other Shadra fan that I know.
Excellent. So you know this little guy.
I do.
You've worked with him in the past. Tell me what have you done with him in the past? Because you've done some jobs.
You say that with a sort of a sinister angle. I have said that she's at the worst crime adjacent. No, Pax has helped me locate some people before and for skip tracing business.
Okay. Awesome. So, want to give him a call?
Yeah, sure. How do we do that? There aren't cell phones in Star Wars. How do we make? Can I do that on my data pad?
On your comlink. you
Okay,
can.
on my comlink. All right, sure. I will give Pax a call.
All right. So, and then a little figure appears. We see a short in stature alien standing in the little hologram on the comlink. Its bat-like face stares up at you with an upturned pink nose and pointed ears and fur that stretches back over its head and huge black eyes. And it looks up, says, hello, Laura.
Hey, Pax. It's been a while.
Not long enough, if I may say so myself.
What do you
That voice
mean,
is
Pax?
incredible.
We've had lots of good times together. Lots of very safe times together.
That's what you call it, is it? Safe times?
Look. I'm recently back on the planet and I'm in need of a ride and you're the best pilot I know, bud.
That's very true. I am the best pilot you know. I'm the best pilot on Coruscant.
Yeah. Do you have room for myself and my 3 friends and a droid to take us somewhere on the planet?
Oh, it depends. What's the job? Where are we going? Am I going to get shot out of the sky again?
Oh, bud, you know that I can't. How about we talk about this in person?
Okay, where do you want to meet?
Oh no, now I have to go with another place.
Yeah.
Just have the fantasy like generator like on another tab and just leave it open. Have it bookmarked, 'cause you're gonna need it.
Oh no. Chat. The greedy sponge. I like that.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, I'm surprised they let you show your face in there after what your brother did.
Yeah, well, unlike my brother, I'm really good at staying under the radar. I'll be fine.
That's true. What happened to your brother anyway? I haven't heard from Kipper in quite some time.
Really? How long?
Oh, probably 4 months, maybe 5. He used to run with me all the time. Now his chatter's gone dead.
Huh. You know Kip, he's, really good at just sort of, skipping town for a little bit, doing his own thing. I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, yeah, well, you see him, you tell him he still owes me 50 credits from last time.
Yeah, I'll be sure to, but, he owes me 75, so, and family first, right?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Of course, family's less likely to shoot you in the gut if you don't pay up.
Oh, you haven't met my family. I'll see you in a bit, Pax.
See ya.
Was that a positive interaction?
It's kind of hard to tell with him, but he did agree to meet, so yes.
That's something.
You said he helped you find people.
Yeah.
Were they missing people? You were finding people lost in the city and such. What's an honorable thing to do?
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. So we should probably go. If we're not at the sponge, and if he's got to wait for a little bit, he'll probably get antsy and leave.
While we walk, there is one thing I think we all have to think on for ourselves, because it's a conversation we're going to have based off of what have been discussed in the last 15-20 minutes. There's a place here that we want to reclaim. How we do it will matter. Maybe just to us. But it will matter. So we have to think carefully about how we treat the inside of those halls and the things we do to reclaim them. It won't be easy. We're going to have to make some hard decisions, but just be aware of that now. We've already been faced with hard decisions. There's going to be more.
The Force will guide us to the right path, Rendua. I promise.
Yeah. It's our destiny. You won't mess this up.
And I think that, like, the last, like, I'm imagining this, us looking at this data pad and him saying it's our destiny, and just seeing the full schematic of this old temple, and it just then, clicking out.
Hey, don't you dare do my scene transition.
That's right.
I know you're used to being in the GM chair, but this is my show.
Taking the power.
We change scenes when I say we do.
Put him on mute. Put him on mute.
It clicks off, and the 4 of you stand there awkwardly.
unmoving, and we
It
never
gets
moved again.
weird. And we fade to black.
It's our destiny, our force and destiny.
Oh, drink.
And we open up. I wanted to say
Drink.
I wanted to say that we open on the greasy spoon, but that's not what was said. We open up on the greedy sponge.
Greedy sponge.
Ugh.
I don't like that name.
Aw,
That's
you-
uncomfortable.
You greedy little sponge, you.
Oh no, that's not better. It's making it so much worse.
I forgot that episode of SpongeBob, the greedy
Oh.
sponge.
I want. We're just going to get into a little Star Wars trivia here, which is annoying Star Wars trivia, but it's trivia nonetheless. I wanted to take a moment and describe the music that was playing. But there is a Star Wars version of jazz. Are you all
Yeah.
familiar with what that's
yeah,
called?
that is. Yeah.
I'm
that
not
is
familiar with
true.
what it's called.
It's called jizz.
Hey.
What is this fantastic music I am hearing?
Don't.
It's
Don't-
the accurate Star Wars term for the music that's playing as you enter into the greedy sponge. There is just
Nope.
This is
rolling
fantastic.
through the air.
What is it called? What is the name of this?
You say flying through the air?
See, I knew I wouldn't get through this. And it's my fault for bringing it up, but y'all wanted Star Wars trivia, so here we are.
Crack yourself up on your own bit.
Yeah.
You're
So
a solo.
cheerful, upbeat, but off-tempo music is just rolling around in the atmosphere as you walk into this place. It's a bit of a seedier bar than the Hypnotic Sheep as you step in. You're a few levels down from where you were before, and the vibe in this place is very, very uncomfortable. Or comfortable, based off of how you feel in these types of situations. There is a thin layer of smoke all throughout. And as you step in, eyes just kind of glance over to you. And then people look back to whatever they were doing. You see in a table off in the corner a little bat-like creature cleaning a rifle that is as tall as he is. Laura, you know this Shadrafen.
How's it going, Vax? How's it going, Pax?
Oh, hello, Laura.
Hi.
Made it here quicker than I thought you would.
Well, I know you don't like to be kept waiting.
Oh, it's true. That's true. I'm liable to just walk out and find another customer.
Can't have that. Let's sit. What are you drinking, Pax?
Oh, I'm drinking a bantha milk because I can't think of any other Star Wars drinks at this moment.
Yep. Okay.
Brilliant sunrise.
I will wave. I'll order one.
Please have a seat, but these aren't your family. This isn't your crew. Who are you bringing to our meeting?
I've been running with a new crew recently.
Oh. What you in? Arms stealing? In smuggling?
Nothing quite like that.
Why would you why would you deal with arms? Is it for folks at the hospital and such? Prosthetics and such, is that what you're dealing with? Is that what you did on this side, Laura?
Mm-hmm.
Laura, I'm a bit worried about the crew you're running with. You know, you can do much better with me.
Yeah, I think I like where I am. But who I'm running with doesn't really matter, Pax. What matters is that I have credits and you have a ship.
It's true, I do have a ship. Where are you looking to go?
It's probably best to show you. Kanan, you want to pull that up?
Kanan will do so, and but like he's not gonna like show the whole schematic. He's gonna like zoom in and like drag and enhance to the landing pad in question, and like turn on the opacity on the main schematic, so like you can just see, it's like just an external view.
Are you looking to go to the Jedi Temple?
Keep your voice down, Pax.
Are you looking to go to the Jedi Temple?
Yes.
You're gonna get killed.
Well, interesting thing about the year I was off Coruscant, and I want to very subtly open my vest a little bit and gesture to the lightsaber that's on my belt. Pretty sure I'll be fine.
Pretty sure you won't. You're not the first Jedi in that temple.
Well, yeah, it was the Jedi Temple. There's Jedi been there before.
Yeah, there's Jedi there now.
What do you mean? I thought it was the Korats there.
No, Korat's got chased out. They're calling themselves something different now, the Thrax Syndicate.
The Thrax Syndicate is a bunch of Jedi?
He looks around and gets in real close. Not the good kind.
Huh.
Does that name have any meaning to us? Not Syndicate, but Thrak.
Thrak.
A syndicate, typically.
A syndicate is typically a large crime organization.
Syndicate, noun.
So, you immediately pick up on the fact that someone before said Tyrak, and now he's saying Thrak.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge lore check. Oh, I'm sorry. A hard knowledge lore check.
Is this something that my underworld knowledge would know?
Yes. So that would be a hard underworld check.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. Awesome. And Laura?
Yes, 1 second.
Un momento, por favor.
1, 2, 3. Two threats.
Wonderful. So,
Cool.
Rev,
Cool.
Mhm.
Cool.
you know that the Thrax Syndicate doesn't exist. Or if it does exist, it's new. That name does not ring a bell. It is not in the criminal organizations on this world or any world that you know of. Kim, you got 2 threats.
Mm-hmm.
So I think how this looks for Laura, so it's not just you thinking about what you know. You pull up your data pad and you start trying to dig in. You reach out to some of your contacts, start sending out messages, and you get nothing back about the Thrax Syndicate. But you have 2 threats, and I'm going to just mark down what happens because of those threats. Okay, awesome. So that answers that.
The last time I had a threat, Amanda died.
Every
Look
threat
on the
we
bright
generate,
side.
one
She
NPC
can't die
dies.
again.
That's very true.
Dread? You just kick over a Jenga tower? Like, goddamn.
No. He looks at the 4 of you and says, "It's bad. It's really bad. The Korvax, they can't get any kind of foothold anymore. Whatever's going on with the Tyrak or the Thrax, or it's bad. They're more powerful than they ever were before.
When you say not the good kind, have you seen any of this yourself or just heard it?
I've seen them, yeah. He's
many?
Zabrak. He's bigger than anything I've ever seen. He's like two of you put together. And I watched him. I watched what he did with his lightsaber. I don't do any more running with the core rats anymore. My life's not worth that. So you want to go there though? You're gonna have to make it worth my while.
How about we pay you handsomely for this favor that you're doing me and my friends. You don't have to stay. You can just drop us off. And as a thank you for your hard work and your discretion, I'd be happy to give you the 50 credits that Kip owes you.
All right, in, out. I'm dropping you off, and just getting out of there. You get ready to jump as soon as we get to that landing pad.
Okay.
You all right?
I look around at everyone else. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is our best option, especially to keep Mr. Paxia safe.
I really appreciate this.
You are me. Well, I mean, you can pay me. That works too.
Hey, you're the best pilot on Coruscant. Those guys down at the temple aren't gonna get a single shot on you.
He
I would say,
grimaces at the thought of being shot at.
Andrew stares into threats.
He's gonna kill every pilot we come close.
Just like
Just-
they're not gonna get a shot off on you.
He's just saving
They're
all the
not.
threats for pilots. He's working through something.
Find out at the end of this series that a pilot killed my dog when I was a kid. Just exacting my revenge through Star Wars. This is all therapy for me.
Yep.
Now, I think we fade up on Pax's ship at this point, as he's leading the four of you into a little hangar bay. Come on, step lively.
Quick question, actually, Andrew. Can I check something on the schematics that I've got?
Absolutely.
Is there any in this temple? It's probably been looted to heck by now, but is there any like indication of any like medical bays or anything like in this temple that we can access?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm just realizing if we're in here and we can't get out, we've got no medical supplies, that could be a thing. But there's like places that we could potentially go to for things in this temple if we're clever about it.
A few levels down from the living quarters.
Sure.
There is a medical bay.
Cool.
Right, well, step up. And he starts leading you over to a medium-sized YT freighter on the side of this bay. And he calls up, "Oh, Noel, get things ready to go!" And you hear a quick set of beeps as the landing pad extends. And you hear a voice as you step into this ship. "Hello, Master Valerian. welcome back to the PT Cruiser. Why did I think of that name? I shouldn't be allowed to improv. That was bad.
We've done it now.
It's canon now.
Welcome aboard the. We have the Dustbuster 9000 and the PT Cruiser. Welcome to the ships of Star Wars. Welcome back aboard the PT Cruiser.
Welcome to the Dingleberry 450.
Next one's just gonna be called the Ford Focus.
Oh, yeah, start the takeoff sequence. Find a seat. Strap yourselves in. This is gonna be bumpy. You look around and you see a massive freighter all around you. There are just crates everywhere, filled with different things. You wouldn't know that to look at them though, because they're all closed, but you walk into just, it seems like a massive cargo bay. Like there is nothing else on this ship. It is just cargo. And as you look around and he tells you to strap in, you don't see anywhere to strap in. You don't see any seats. You don't see anywhere that you think would be a reasonably safe place to put yourselves. You just see a bunch of crates everywhere. As he scurries off to the cockpit.
I have a question. Oh, he's gone. Well, I could probably hold one of you.
Are the crates strapped down?
The crates are, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll go over and hook my arm under one of the...
Yeah, I think just like loop an arm around one of these straps.
Yeah, do the same. I'll be closer to like. I assume like we're gonna like hook up relatively close to each other, so I'm within like emergency grab distance of people.
Oh yes.
Okay.
We'll just reach in and put our hands in the middle.
This may be the worst idea we have ever had.
Yep.
But hey, no
I have
seatbelts.
one role. I have one role in this campaign, and that's being improvised seatbelts. That's it.
We saw how the seatbelt worked last time. did we not? Phenomenally, it did its job. Good job.
You hear a rumbling
We'll go
and feel the ship start to lift off into the air.
It'll be fine.
And Kipper, not Kipper, why did I say Kipper?
My brother's
Pax,
here.
Yeah. Pax wanders back into the cargo hold. Oh, you found your seats.
Sure did.
Yeah. Great.
This
Yes.
trip is going to take all of about 2 minutes to get over to the temple. As soon as we get there, I'm going to take it into hover mode and lower the landing ramp. And you four, take it away.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, you don't have to thank me. You already paid me.
That's true. I'm just being polite.
Oh, yeah, that's a failing of yours. I forgot. And he makes his way back over into the cockpit, and all of a sudden, you're all holding on, but you feel just going from like 0 to 60 as the G's just hit the four of you, and you are thrown backwards. I'm not going to make you roll to stay upright at this point, because at this point, you all hit the deck, and you tighten your grips on the belts that you're holding on to, and pull yourselves back up, and you hear just all around you a roar of the engines. This is not like a normal flight. Something is different. You are just rocketing through the air at a speed that is normally reserved for space when the anti-grav is engaged, holding you in place. And a minute passes, a few more seconds pass, and you hear through the intercoms, "All right, getting ready, lowering the landing ramp, now!" And you hear the ramp open. Everybody.
Everyone. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Make me an average athletics check.
Can do.
And here's where we all fail, and we just fall off the side of our temple.
Could
so
I
average.
sell you on coordination?
Oh my god, so good. It's so good, Andrew. It's really good.
As this athletics check is for you to, as the ship lurches to a stop, run out and down the landing pad.
Okay.
Coordination, I would say yes, but I'm gonna make it a hard check.
Okay. I already rolled athletics and I got 1 success, 1 threat.
Awesome.
Racking them up.
Now, Kanan, I heard that your roll was so good.
So good. 2 successes, 1 advantage, 1 triumph.
Awesome.
What?
Can that
2
counteract?
successes, 1 advantage, 1
I
triumph.
heard you.
Yeah.
I am aghast.
I also roll a dark side point, but I don't need to use it, so it's whatever.
I have an idea for that triumph. You think about what you might want it to be as we go to the next person, but I have an idea for what it could be too. So, see what you can come up with. What did Utambu get?
2 advantages and 2 threats.
Good.
Wait, 2 advantages and 2 threats, so just a wash?
Yeah, just
Awesome.
just a 0.
And how about Renduel?
I got 1 advantage and 1 light side.
Okay. So, that is a failed roll, but you have a light side point that you can spend to get a success on there.
Okay.
And this manifests as you tapping into the Force to succeed at what you were trying to do because you could not do it otherwise. So what does that look like for Renduel? Why can't he make it work without the aid of the Force?
I think, honestly, it's because I have been, before we left, training with like force jump. And I think it's just instinctive that's why he uses the Force in this moment to make that, because it is a leap that he does instead of like running down the ramp like you should.
All right. So Renduel just leaps through the air, higher than he needs to, over whatever crate was in his way, and just lands down at the bottom of the ramp. Just like my 5-year-old son would coming down the stairs. Jump when he reaches the landing and clear those last 6 stairs. But
Like a
much
hero.
cooler. And now, let's go back to Kanan for a minute. You see Utambu stumble as he goes to move down the ramp, and he trips and he's about to hit the deck. You're having no problem whatsoever getting down there. But I had an idea for your triumph, but now there's also another option for your triumph. My idea was that you could get something very useful from this ship inadvertently in your hands because you didn't pay attention to what your hand was on as you ran out.
Hmm.
That thing could be Utambu. Or it could be something, that triumph could be something else. Tell me, what are you thinking, Will?
I think, first and foremost, Kanan is kind of married to the whole, like, yeah, no, we're the squad. Like, we stay together, stand tall, we're on a quest, a mission of destiny, and nothing can come in the way of the destiny of us four. So I think seeing Utambu go for it, I think if he was holding something useful, not important. I did actually get my an advantage as well, so I'm not sure how I can spend that as well. But
tell me what's something else good you want to come out of this.
I mean, grabbing something couldn't hurt, but the main goal is to get Utambu. And
all right. Go ahead. Describe it to me. Paint me a picture of how you grab Utambu.
Utambu, how are you falling over? Like, what are you doing?
I think it's going to be a fantastic homage to the fact that he was still stuck in the thing that he was trying to hold on to. His stumbling is,
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
and he tries to get himself going, and that makes him stumble backwards as he gets himself free.
I think what Kanan does is run over and sees the belt and goes, "Clearly, this is part of my destiny. I am the seatbelt slayer, the chosen foe of seatbelts." And I grab the seatbelts and just rip it the fuck apart, grab the Tombow fireman's lift out the fucking door.
Beautiful. All right. Now, is there anything else good you want to come out of this?
Oh, I think I don't know what other options there are that I could spend. Like, help me here. Like, what kind of things could I spend something on?
So, really, the only option here I can think of is you getting something useful out of it, or as soon as you get onto the landing pad, there being something useful there that you see that, yeah, like a data pad or like a crate full of something.
I think if I was going to grab something useful from a smuggler's ship who's packs, I think anything from there is not going to be as useful as something that we could find in this temple. So if we're I'll grab Utambo, run out of the door, and go, "Oh hey, a loot box." So, yeah, if that's kind of where you're going with this, then sure, let's do that.
Awesome. So, as you get onto there, and the ship just immediately closes back up and rockets out through the sky, you see there is a door leading into this temple, and right next to that door there is a crate. You make your way over, slide it open, and you see that it is full of blaster rifles, all of which have been stamped with an insignia that looks like a little bat head.
Couldn't hurt. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll grab one.
How many are there?
There are a dozen.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It would probably be best if these blaster rifles disappeared.
What did you have in mind, Utambu?
As Utambu ignites his lightsaber and will just start slashing these to pieces.
My first thought was pushing them off the roof, but no, this is better. This is better.
That is so dangerous.
Yep.
There are people down there.
Mm-hmm.
You are just going to throw it to let somebody down there, the children, find it.
That's how I got my first blaster pistol.
Just fell from the sky.
Probably make sure that Laura has one. She favors blaster combat, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, a rifle is not necessarily my speed because it's two-handed, but can't hurt in a pinch.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think you stated you both grabbed one, and then as soon as like that happened, Utambu just Zorro's it and just
Valid, honestly.
Yeah.
Keep the guns off the streets. Protect the children.
Looks into the camera.
I have no idea how blasters work. Is there like ammo things that that Laura's gonna have to reload?
No, she
No.
should be okay. It's not something you have to worry about.
Cool.
Now, the air around you hangs thick with anticipation. You're where you were setting out to go to. As you look around, the sun in the sky is nearing the horizon, and you take a moment to look down. There's almost no evidence of the battle that you encountered when you first came here. Instead, the air around you is quiet, still. It doesn't feel like peace, though. It's almost as if something palpable is hanging over the four of you. You shake it off. But a gnawing sense of dread starts to creep into the back of Utambu's mind. Something isn't right here, Utambu.
I think if Utambu is getting even that tiny trepidation, he would reach out with the Force to just kind of get a vibe on all the beings around him, trying to see if this unease is the temple itself or perhaps some form of living corruption with the Force.
Go ahead and roll me a sense check.
It says the user may spend a circle to sense
Yes.
all living things. So is
Roll,
that a
roll a force die.
Yes.
That's you can spend light side or dark side points.
Let's see what we got. Ooh, one light side.
Here we go.
Okay? You can spend that light side point to sense all living creatures within a short range.
Utambu would love to do that as he feels the unease and he kind of just looks off as he just reaches out to everything around him, trying to see the path that the Force wants him to be on.
And I see it almost like an infrared camera, as everything around you darkens, and you feel the sense of Laura, of Rendul, of Kanan, and your senses stretch out all around you, up, to the left, to the right, and beneath. And you feel something. You feel someone making their way up towards this landing pad.
There's someone coming. Do we hide or do we stand?
Is there anywhere to hide?
On the other side of the door, you know, the old trick. And then
You tell
open
me. You can find
Scooby-Doo
somewhere to
it.
hide. You tell me where on the landing pad would you hide. I'll accept whatever you say.
Yeah, I would kind of say that almost like how every stairwell works, how there's the door and the little alcove leaping to the opposite sides of the alcove, or somebody on top of it as well. Just to try to get a sense of who's coming.
Okay. Is everyone leaping into hiding, or is everyone else kind of standing out?
Oh, I love to hide.
Do they mean to harm us?
I do not know of anyone good in this temple yet. Caution is the best practice.
I think Kanan will definitely hide. He's not going to be particularly great at it, I don't think. Because not a sneaky boy. He's not bad at it either. But yeah, I think hiding is just better than just being like, stand and deliver.
Okay.
Granted, I only sensed one person, correct?
Yes.
Boy, I don't think I'm gonna hide. I think that
God.
if we're gonna have a conversation, you know, having just said that, like, how we do this matters. So if someone's gonna start a conversation, have to defend themselves, I would rather it be me.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, when thinking it that way, especially after Utambu does look at Rendul, who's like just not going to move.
Laura, do what you do best. I will try to speak to this man.
In that case, I think Kanan will also probably not bother just badly hiding and just stay with the other two and let Laura be our ace in the hole.
Fantastic. I would love to hide.
Ninja
Okay.
vanish.
Yeah, and then I throw a smoke bomb.
And then you generate 12 threats, 4 failures.
In that case, Laura, as this person starts making their way out onto the landing platform, do you want to give me a stealth check, or do you want to try and misdirect them with the Force?
What would be the challenge of this stealth check?
So, the stealth check would probably be average.
Okay.
Misdirect, though, uses the Force.
It's true. Who? Let's do. Well, I think then I would. I've got a question for you because it's
Okay.
my misdirect only lasts until the beginning of my next turn, so I don't think I
True.
could stealth for an entire conversation.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and give me a stealth check then?
Fantastic.
Thank you for knowing your character.
Yeah. Is this subject immune to force powers?
I don't think you have any way of knowing that.
Well, I need to know if I get to roll a boost to die with it or not. So
Oh, is the
mechanically, I
boost-
have to know.
So, in that case, they are not immune to force powers.
Fantastic.
Means we can
Okay.
take him, jump him.
He's like, in that case, I still don't want to tell you.
He's not immune to force
push.
powers. Yes.
All right, and that's against an average.
Yes.
Fantastic.
2 purples.
So that is 2 successes, 1 advantage.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, why don't you hold on to that advantage unless you can think of something.
No, but I think
right
I
now-
might need it.
Yeah, so hold on to that and I'll let you spend that as a result of this check.
Mm-hmm.
As a figure steps out onto the landing platform, you see a young Twi'lek girl standing about Laura's height with yellow skin and short laku that go to her shoulders. Little multi-tools remain strapped to one of her arms as she wears a gray and blue vest and looks out at the landing platform. She immediately sees the wreckage of what was left from Utambu's decisive action against the blaster rifles. You hear her yell, "Riff! What?" She looks up and sees the 3 of you. She pulls a blaster from her hip. "What the? Who are you?"
Do not be alarmed. We are merely people looking to reclaim what was lost to us.
What the drak does that even mean?
My name is Utambu Hoto. These are my companions, Kanan, Rendur. We are Jedi. We have come to take back our temple. Preferably as calmly and respectfully as possible.
You're Jedi. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
That is not the way of the Jedi, miss. Please. There's no need for the weaponry. You are safe with us.
Go ahead and give me a hard charm check.
All right. Let's go for it. What do I...
Real quick question: how does helping work again?
You tell me how you're helping, and if it sounds good, you give him a blue die.
He does a little dance.
Kanan is the sweetest little boy who's just gonna go.
Aw.
He's just kind of like, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to. We'd love to just be here to make friends.
Love to be here to make.
Give him a blue die. You got a blue die.
Give him a blue
Give him
die.
a blue die.
Cute as hell. That is 4 successes, 1 threat, one advantage because as a Thalothian, I automatically get advantage on anybody that is a non-Thalothian when it comes to persuasion, charm, all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
Nice.
So the next three guys that come up here, I also have one threat. I didn't say that part.
So you got one threat but one advantage. They cancel out.
Yes.
Oh, they canceled out?
Yeah, because I have the
Okay.
one advantage, one threat, 4 successes.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. That changes what was about to happen as she lowers her gun. She drops it on the ground and takes a step back. You're not gonna kill me?
Of course not, miss. What is your name? Why are you here?
Marcella.
There's someone else here claiming to be a Force user. You've seen them kill people, haven't you?
She nods slowly.
Don't worry, Marcella. We'll get you out of here safely.
What? What do you mean? You'll get me out of here safely? I am safe. What are you...
Do you truly believe yourself safe if your first response to a user was "don't kill me"?
You're the ones invading our base. What do you want?
I stated it before. We are here to reclaim this temple in the name of the Jedi. And once again, hopefully to respectfully expunge the wrongful Force user from tainting this place.
She starts hyperventilating for a minute and looks behind her, and you see her body tense up. Kim,
Mm-hmm.
tell me where you're hiding.
I have no mind's eye, so I can't. It's hard for me to imagine places.
You're
Under the blaster.
Yeah.
Under the blasters.
You're on an open landing platform.
Mm-hmm.
There can be pillars for you to duck behind. There can be crates or some old wreckage of droids that you could slip behind.
Oh, I like that. Can I hide in the wreckage of some droids? But I do want to try to be where I can get a good eye line on the Twi'lek as well as the door behind her.
Okay, so do you want to be... I was kind of trying to think, are you closer then to her and to the door than to your companions?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. You get the sense that she's about to bolt.
Can I spend my advantage to... This is gonna make her freak out, but to, like, grab her and prevent her from running?
So you can spend it to get behind her.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
Grabbing her is going to be an individual check.
I'll get behind her.
Okay. So you get behind her without her noticing, and now to attempt to grapple her is a brawl check.
Oh, this is gonna go wonderfully.
So, that is going to be an average check
Uh-huh.
to attempt to grab hold of her.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh boy.
And if Utambu is also seeing that she's about to run, Utambu once again will just like kind of put his hand up and he will just be like,
Please do not do anything rash. We do want to help you. This is no place for someone like you. I can tell.
Okay, Kim, what was the result of that check?
1 success, 1 threat.
Awesome.
Racking up the threats.
So you grab her by the arms and your grip tightens around them, and you can tell you're stronger than this girl. You get the sense that she's maybe 13, 14
Okay.
years old, something like that. You're easily able to overpower her, and she struggles against you for a minute. And Utambu, you say this. I want you to give me a hard charm check with a setback die.
Yep.
Oh, that's the red, or that's the black.
Because she is being grappled
Yep.
right
This
now.
is very true.
Yep.
That's hardest 3, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
You got this. You are a talkie boy.
You're so
You can do it. I
talky.
believe in you.
Am I your talkie boy?
You are.
You are now. You're doing the talking.
Come on. Is that a good sound?
That
It
is
sounded good.
Nope. That is 2 advantages and 3 failures.
Oh my.
Did you remember to roll the good dice?
Uncle, do I get another?
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't get a. I don't think I got a boost.
No, I said the good, just the good dice in general.
Did you remember to roll our dice?
Yes, my good fictional dice on the online
Oh.
dice roller. Here, let me
Behold,
close the
all
window
dice that I
down
don't have.
and find another one. Dice jail
God.
computer.
Awesome. So think about what
Cool.
you want those advantages to be, unless you have an idea for them right now. But I have a
Yeah.
threat that needs to be resolved
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Go
right
Oh,
now.
boy.
You got like
Go
6.
off. Go off, Queen. Go off.
Oh.
Utambu, you say all of that, and then you hear a voice. I think, Laura, you hear this very clearly, coming from the Twi'lek's belt, saying, Marcella, what was that? Please repeat what you just said. And the Twi'lek glares at Utambu. What do you guys do? This is split-second reaction time, guys. What? And I'm not chastising you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, in that moment, it's like a split-second reaction. What do you do?
You think Kanan just does this to the girl as like a last-ditch attempt to be diplomatic or something? I don't know. It's like
I think Utamu, because I got a new little special move here, and just kind of in a way to like endear himself to her, I have sense thoughts. The Force user senses the current thoughts of one living target with whom he is engaged. And I want to see what she is thinking is going to happen here, and to try to quell those nerves after knowing what it is.
Fancy. So sense thoughts, is that a talent you have?
That is a force power. That
Oh.
is my
Oh,
second
it's in your
upgrade.
sense. Gotcha.
Yes. Control.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a sense check.
Oh God.
I know, right? Watch you, Tombu, get a dark side point. Just watch it.
oh boy.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, 1 second. Technical difficulties. I almost rolled a 26 difficulty dice, which is impossible.
You
Uh,
say that.
Real hard check.
What?
Easy,
Side.
average, hard, daunting, formidable, impossible.
And then just no fucking way. Just no. Bro, you went to a negative 26. No way. But one
Mm-mm.
light side.
Nice.
On the light side.
And I would love to know what is going on in her young, frightened mind.
So you hear in your head, let me go, or you will regret it.
Laura, let Miss Marcella go.
And I do.
She shakes you off and takes a step back, reaches down to her belt, and shuts off whatever transmitter you inadvertently jostled when you grabbed her. She backs slowly towards the door and then takes off running.
And Utambu just kind of composes himself, just takes a deep breath and exhales. Give her a moment, and then we go down. If we hear alarms, there goes our surprise and such. If after a minute we do not hear anything, we stick to the original plan. Quiet and precise. We take back our temple.
Yeah. I think it's definitely best if, when we proceed, we don't have, like, leave them unignited and all that. I don't want to run into more kids who might see us with weapons brandished.
What a mature thought from you, Kanan. I am proud of you.
Well, yeah. You don't want to upset the kids.
And after
Nothing bad will ever happen to Jedi kids at this temple.
Yeah, give us a couple of thousand years.
Tommy just has Rendul on the ground and he's just hitting him over the head with the hilt of his lightsaber. No, we do not talk about the bad time. No, bad. You have been bad.
Kanan will, though, adds to what he was saying, and is the point of the Jedi is for many things, but one thing is to inspire. And I don't think we inspired that kid. But hopefully we'll have another chance.
Footsteps echo momentarily and dissipate into the distance. And an uneasy stillness once again settles across the air. What do you want to do?
After some time has passed and no insane kerfuffle happens, Utambu will just look at everybody and give them each their single individual nod, and will proceed down the stairs as ain't nowhere to go but down.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
We all hook arms. We Wizard of Oz skip.
Absolutely. I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Sorry, the Jedi of Onderon, as it's called. This play is called, actually.
They play it as a bonus action.
I'm sorry.
It's an odd thing in the Star Wars universe to find stairs in a place like this. Normally there would be a turbo lift going up to the different floors, but there is something about the architecture of this place that seems older. It seems like it belongs in a different era. Rendul, as you start making your way down these stairs, something about them seems familiar to you, like you've seen them before, like you've read about them or you've experienced them. Something is just sticking out in your memory, but you can't quite place it, and the stairs arch around, going in a deep circle around the tower itself. As you pass down floor by floor, you see corridors stretching out, all dark. Not a single light except that little bit streaming in through the windows to illuminate the walls around you. And everywhere you look, a thick layer of dust resides, except on the stairs, where there is dust, but there are also footsteps that have disturbed it, going up and down, and drag marks. How far down do you want to go? You've seen on the schematics that there are living quarters up in this area. Pretty soon there will be medical bays, and eventually there may be some training facilities. What's your end goal here? This is a very tall tower.
I think the first thing that Kanan wants to do is go to Sunstrider's room and get a souvenir. I'm making that woman smile again. I'm doing it. He'll say, so it's actually quite close to here, but if we head to Sunrider's old room, we could probably pick up a souvenir or something. I know she said to not bother, but I really want to win her over. She seems like someone who's seen a lot of sadness and definitely isn't past it. But if we're here to start the Jedi Order anew, she's someone we want on our side, and I want to inspire her to believe in us again. And it's a small thing, but I offered. Even though she said no, it's something we should do, I think. If you're okay with that.
Utambu turns from Kanan and looks at everybody else, and he has just the biggest little smirk on his face.
I do not see a problem with it, fellow Jedi Knights.
I think it's sweet.
Just before you head down that hallway, check and see if the dust has been disturbed there as well.
Fine. Absolutely. And let's do that.
Make your way down a few more floors and find the section of the temple that Senator Sunrider had indicated. And no, you don't see any disturbances as you look down the corridors in this area, and beams of the setting sun just stretch inward from all around you. You see dark orange and purple tones just illuminating the air around you. As you walk, the dust around you is disturbed, and you start to see particles of it swirling around you, getting hit by the light coming in from the windows. There are what appear to be residential quarters on all sides of you. But you find the area that was indicated. Place your hand on the little pad next to the door, and it slides open. It's clear that no one has been in here for many years. Whatever this was, whoever lived here, it hasn't been inhabited for a very long time. You see a simple bed and a desk in the corner, covered once again in dust. The desk is bare, aside from what looks like a little crystal of some kind, and a data pad is clearly broken. It's just snapped right in half. It's almost as if someone in a fit of anger threw it against the wall and it landed here. Room, aside from that, is just devoid of any trappings. Kanan, why don't you give me an average perception check?
Sure, I can do that. What's my so it's 2 difficulty. My perception's actually pretty okay. Okay, it's not great, but it's okay. Yeah.
Like going to Applebee's.
Not great, but it's okay.
Yeah, just 1 success.
I really almost just went down a track of memory lane about going to Applebee's as a young man, but we won't do that.
I can go down the train of going to Applebee's as a current man.
Yeah, not until next week when we're sponsored by Applebee's. I believe that's our sponsor next week. So yeah, let's wait.
I don't think my
Apple
country has Applebee's, so I can't unfortunately relate.
I don't blame your country at
Yeah,
all.
that's fine.
Yeah, one success.
All right. As you look around, you see something in the corner of the room, almost invisible in the amount of light that is pouring in right now, as day starts to slowly envelop into the darkness of night. That's not what that word means, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, gotcha.
As it slowly starts to fade into the darkness of night, you see that last little bite. That last little bite. I'm still focused on Applebee's.
Still thinking about Applebee's, yeah.
You're thinking about the whiskey. Hey, bro, the whiskey bacon burger. That's it.
I just saw someone in chat say like a quesadilla burger. I don't know what the heck that is, but it sounds unholy.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a good burger?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
What I want is to know what's in this room, but
You
We're in
get
Applebee's mode.
You get the Fiesta burger, not the quesadilla
Okay.
burger. You get the Fiesta burger at the Hard Rock Cafe. That thing has 1,700 calories, and it is worth every single calorie. But anyway, you see the light glinting off of something in this corner, something long and cylindrical.
It's an Applebee's gift card.
Why is your gift card cylindrical?
I will
It's the future.
move to this.
It's a
long
Star
slip.
Wars gift card.
It's just
You plug it
lightsaber
into the
stuff.
slot at Applebee's.
It's only valid at the Star Wars bit of Disneyland. Anyway, yeah, let's go to this long cylindrical thing.
You pick it up, and you immediately recognize what it is because you've seen these before many times. This is the hilt of a lightsaber. Long and cylindrical, almost as long as the hilt of yours, that arcs out in 4 little points where the blade comes out.
Would I recognize as like a similar like cross guard saber?
No, this is clearly not a crossguard saber. It just
Oh.
has 4 little points that come out of the hilt.
I don't know if this is a lightsaber check or what it would be, but and there's a crystal on the desk, right? But I recognize that as a kyber crystal. So I got one in mine, so I'll kind of just.
You go
what
over
are
and
these
pick it up.
things?
It's a specific type of crystal, but it's not a kyber crystal. I think you recognize it though as a particular type of crystal that is used to focus a lightsaber blade. Why don't you go ahead and give me
I'm just.
Oh,
No,
yes.
can't. No.
No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'm being asked for a check. I'm being asked for a check. Which
a knowledge lore?
Okay,
Ooh.
that is super just
Yeah.
nothing. on
Average.
this, average. Knowledge law. Okay, yeah, let's give this a go. Okay, I rolled the wrong dice. Let's try that again.
Boo.
I rolled 2 force dice for some reason. Not quite sure why.
What'd you get?
And the dark side starts to crackle.
No, I got 4 dark side points, which I was like, what?
Starts to envelop you as you feel
No.
anger and pride
It's-
swelling up
yeah.
within your heart.
It's a success and an advantage. They're all pretty
Nice.
okay.
You've seen these before. This is an Adegan crystal. It's a rare type of lightsaber crystal that makes the blade stronger and able to withstand more. Uh, Basically, it makes the blade able to cut through a little bit more devastatingly.
Oh,
And checking this hilt that I've got, is it like empty? Is it like a?
It doesn't appear to be empty, and you don't just see a slot that you can stick the crystal into.
Yeah.
Modifying a lightsaber and building a lightsaber is something that takes time, effort, and putting it apart. Taking it apart, actually. You would have to spend some time on this, and it's something that you've done in the past when you were making your own lightsaber. But
I'll kind of hold the cylinder with my finger like on the ignition and just kind of look to the others for kind of like a bit of like confirmation or discouragement.
It seems the Force has guided you to quite the boon, Kanan.
Maybe. It would take ages to implement it though, so I'm not certain this is something we could do right now, but I don't know what I should do with this. If I should ignite it or leave it blank. What do you guys think?
Be worth knowing if it works.
Yeah. You're right. Force let us here? I think Kanan like has like a flash in like memories of like reading stories about kids or like stories about people finding old ancestral swords somewhere, and it's a super common trope in every fiction story ever written. At that point, he kind of like steals his heart, positions the blade in a way that it won't immediately gut him if he presses the ignition from the various things, and yeah, we'll ignite.
as the green blade crackles forth, Kanan, your vision goes black.
oh.
Shit. Sorry. Carry on.
Yes, cursed.
All around you, you hear echoes of voices, words that you can't even decipher bouncing off all around you. And all of a sudden, a voice crackles out, and you hear someone saying, "Nomi doesn't know you're here, does she? My mother doesn't notice whether I'm there or not. She doesn't know how badly I want to be a Jedi. Do you realize the cost of being a Jedi? I have watched my master slain, murdered my own brother, betrayed your mother, all of this, only to become blinded to the Force. I no longer enjoy my memories, Vima. I have wandered too far, seen too much. I have the blood of enough children on my hands. Why? Why would you want anything I can teach you? That's your Ulik. You're back in the room, staring into the light of the green lightsaber blade as the orange and purple lights of the sunset fade into black. You stand illuminating the room around you in a pale viridian hue.
Nami was... what she said to us back in that meeting hall. It was things that she'd heard from someone else. An Ulek, is that right? Ulek?
Ulik.
Ulek. She was idealistic as well. And she wanted to learn things. But she left this behind, and now here it is. Saw her talking. How does this saber compare to my other one? Because it was, you said it was not quite as long, but still pretty long, right? And also, what does it look like? Because like, what's the matrix thing? You said like 4 points and stuff. What's
All of that is
how's it look?
stylistic. This is a
Okay.
basic lightsaber. It's not as
Cool.
powerful as yours.
It's just cool as heck.
It makes a
Back up.
pitchfork.
I will say, Rev, Rendul knows the name Ulik. it
was
sticks
about to
out
ask
in
that.
your memory. This is something that you remembered last session as you saw the name Sunrider. The great Jedi Nomi Sunrider stripped the Force from the Sith Ulic Kaldroma before he returned to the light side.
Voice was young. It was a young girl's. So it would have been heard when she was really young, probably around our age.
Did you say Ulick?
Ulic, yeah.
He was a Sith who had his powers stripped away and then found redemption again in the light side of the Force.
The man she was talking to, this Ulic, definitely talked about doing bad things, but she wasn't a Jedi at this point. She was still wanting to train. I think she became this Ulic's Padawan. Maybe?
I don't remember anything about him ever having one, but a lot of that information can get lost. People get trained in secret sometimes.
I think that might be what we're looking at. I'll retract her saber, pocket that crystal for whenever we get a period of downtime to look at doing stuff too.
And speaking of downtime,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
the day has slowly drifted into night. You stand in this temple in a place that seems otherwise empty. You've met someone already, but she has disappeared into the depths of the temple itself. Do you guys want to press forward at this point? Do you want to try and find a place to rest? Do you want to try and set up some kind of home base within this place? What's going through your minds right now? Because night is falling, and you could use that to your advantage, or I don't know. It's up to you guys. What are you thinking?
She hasn't told anyone yet. Maybe that means she's not going to. But the whole way down here, every single hallway we passed was filled with dust. It's wild to me that they would have all of these spaces, these rooms, and leave them unused, but it does mean we have a place where we can stay that we know they won't regularly be looking.
let's go question for Andrew. When I was looking at the schematics, I think you mentioned that there was a place which was probably where these guys would have set up their bases. I think you said that was in the training grounds. Can you... Am I remembering correctly, or is that...
Um, there beneath the living quarters is a medical bay, several floors of it, and then there are training rooms before you get down to the base of the temple. I'm not sure about that. Did I say something about them setting up their base?
I think I might have heard that. I also might have been hallucinating at that point.
I think that was a hallucination.
Okay, then never mind. I think before we should like settle down for the night, we should at least check out the medical areas, just to see if we can afford what kind of approach we need to take. You know?
Yeah.
If we just sit in a room, then all we're doing is changing the place where we got off the boat.
This is true.
We should accomplish
Isn't that
something
so?
while our enemies are maybe asleep. Maybe.
Just be aware. We head down those stairs to a place where footsteps continue. It may be the first steps we take on a long journey before we can rest again.
Every
I
second
second.
that
Go ahead. No, you.
every second that we don't make progress that we could be making progress is a second that girl could be being threatened by the thing that she was so very much scared of. And, well, she hasn't called an alarm on us yet. She's quite young, and I know when I was young, says that like maybe 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I was a boy.
Was a little one. I would just trust adults almost all the time. There's no guarantee that she's going to stay silent for long. If we can make progress, we should do it, I think.
I don't disagree with you. Just a reminder. That big sword you wield, it's got a stun setting.
Just make sure it's set to stun.
Does it really?
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like,
it
does it?
Woo! Stun just means it does damage to strain rather than wounds, right? And is
Right.
otherwise the same? It can still like
Correct.
cuts through armor and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Goodness.
Who's gonna use the stun setting?
Earlier, me, when I thought we were going to have to knock that kid out. It's like, well, here we go.
Rendell sees a child. All right, let's go.
Well, let's go.
It's nap time. God, that dark side point, it's festering, all right. But Utambu would kind of like beaming with pride again for Kanan.
He's right. We should move now. The medical facility may be more fortified as well. And besides, we are together. There's nothing we need fear.
Okay. Quick. Quiet.
Just because my inner goblin brain is going overdrive, I'm going to take that broken data pad just in case we find a data pad fixer somewhere. I don't know, but...
Data pad fixer.
A data pad fixer.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that a Star Wars thing?
One of those.
Yeah, you know, like the Apple Store, you know.
Yeah, in case you
You
see,
bust
like,
an
an
iPhone. you bust
Repair your
and goes,
iPhone, people at the mall.
Where's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
genius bar at here?
I don't know. It's in my mind that it won't leave.
Yeah.
So I'm pocketing that.
So the four of you start making your way once again down the stairs. Your footsteps echo out around you, unless you want to roll a stealth check.
Yes, please. Let me.
All right, I don't think this is too hard for you. Just give me an average stealth check, Laura.
Okay.
All of us or just Laura?
I was to say, I don't know if she covers all of this.
All of you.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I'll put it to you if you're trying to move quietly.
I mean, we would be, but every time we roll a die, we generate like 1,000,000 threats. So
That's
Not this time. One success, one advantage, one triumph.
woo.
Mm.
The rest of us all rolling.
okay. So Laura,
Yes.
you're a very stealthy person.
I am.
This is what you do. Spend your triumph on who you don't want to have to roll here, and then spend your advantage to give someone else a boost to their roll. I
Ooh,
think.
okay. Ooh.
I am agile.
Okay. I think I want Kanan to auto success this.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is very much me. Like, I've got like a hand on Kanan's back and just kind of like trying to coach him through getting his footsteps as quiet as possible. And I will boost Utambu.
Thank you.
Yep.
And you said this was a normal
Average, yes.
average.
Let's see, a stealth. That's great, cool. That thing I would never use. Love that.
Oh,
Cool.
no.
Cool.
Randul, what did you get?
I got 3 successes
All
and 3
right.
threats.
Oh,
So
baby.
do those just cancel each other out?
No.
No.
No, because
Oh.
threats are advantages.
Gotcha.
Percy.
How many catastrophic
Let's
ratings
see.
did
What'd you
roll?
get?
To what?
Failures.
Can I use my misdirect force power to try to make Utambu imperceptible?
Yeah. Better. Don't fall
Just
down the
make me
stairs or something.
invisible.
Yes.
Okay, I will try.
Like Otambu like steps on like a creaky floorboard or something, and you just like misdirect the sound to snuff it.
Yep.
I don't
Just-
know if that's
I
how
got
that
2
works.
light side, so I would like to use my misdirect on Utambu.
All right. Perfect. So, the way I think this all plays out is that Laura is kind of showing everyone how to move quietly, and Kanan is mimicking exactly what you do, and Randul is doing just fine on his own, but Utambu, he's trying so hard, and he's watching you so intently that he's not watching where he puts his feet.
So you would put it there.
And he
Okay.
misses a step and starts rolling down the stairs. And Laura, you immediately see this and reach out through the force. And as he bounces from step to step, he makes no noise whatsoever. You just quietly, and you see his mouth open as if to say, like, but no sound comes out. And Utambu, you roll to a stop at the next floor and look up to see the hazy blue glow of lights in a medical bay. Bacta tanks line the walls, and tables with various bits of equipment lay scattered here and there. And I'm going to spend those 3 threats
Oh no.
to say that you look up and see a figure sitting with its back to you, cross-legged on the floor. You see light golden hair falling gently around this person's shoulders as a deep burgundy robe flows around her. And you see just the barest hints of black points of something sticking out from either side on the front of her head. It's clear that she does not see you. And we'll pick it up here next time.
Whew.
Oh, nice.
Oh man.
Hey, that's great.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew. Wow, I can't wait for next week. All right. I have so many people to thank, because once again, the force was strong with Twitch chat, and we force pushed the hype train off of the cliff. So thank you to the new followers, Snackadile, Betty, Strange Unrest, Eleanor De Lorenzo, our resubscribers, Monotechnicolor, Scatchel, Lore Merchant, and 2D Bird. Thanks, Tass. Gift subs. Y'all were crazy with the gift subs. Thank you, Chaotic Blade, Vethic Gaming, I'm a T-Rex. Thank you, Monotechnicolor, who gifted 10 gift subs. Amazing. And thank you, Amtrak, Star Fox Rocks, Hypnotic Sheep, Chaotic Blade, Keeper Days, Monotechnicolor for the bits. Incredible. Hi everyone. Let's go around and my lovely cast, please tell people who you are and where they can find you, starting with Andrew.
I am Andrew Mours. You can find me at Andrew Mours on Twitter and at Andrew G. Mours on Instagram. And follow me for all sorts of exciting things like babies bouncing on other babies, which is the extent of my Instagram feed. Yeah, that didn't quite make sense. Will, take it away.
I was like, is he doing parental stuff, or is he like doing a contest where he throws them? I was like, I wasn't quite sure what was going on there. Hi, yeah, I'm Will. I am LARP Analysis at LARP Analysis on basically everything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. You can follow me for somewhat frequent shit posts of various variety, and occasionally cool costuming and stuff, and the odd video like once a year. So, well, hey.
Percy Davis, Big Purse, all that jazz. You can find me at Big Purse Universe on Twitter, and you can also see me wrestle on independentwrestling.tv. Just look Percy Davis or Big Purse or Dynamite Dino Dude. That's a whole nother story. But
Boy.
I love you. I love you all so much. Thank you.
I'm Rev. I am the producer here at Crit Show Studios. Man, you can find me here. You can find me on Twitter at Rev Deshane. I'll probably be back tomorrow night playing something while we wait for the episode to come out.
Nice. And I am Kim. I'm a cast member on The Crit Show. You can find me on Twitter at Kim_Dalton or at The Crit Show. What's The Crit Show? Fantastic question. It's the stream you're watching right now. It's also a podcast. You should check it out. Speaking of streams, what's coming up? Well, Rev already mentioned that he's probably going to be streaming something. It didn't make my schedule because I didn't know about it. But
yeah, I didn't know until I said it.
Yeah, but go ahead and give this channel a follow or follow us on Twitter. We usually post when we're going live then. Thursday, the 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern, join Megan and myself for Mystery Detectives. We are still in Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies. I've said this for 5 straight weeks
like
in a row. We
week now.
swear to God we're going to finish it this time. The costume theme is Greek mythology. It's a perfect excuse to wrap yourself up in a bed sheet and drink some wine, which just sounds like a normal Thursday for me, but now at least you can say it's a costume.
amazing.
And
Optimization.
And next Monday, the 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, please join us for episode 3 of Star Wars Force and Destiny, where I'm sure we're going to have a grand time going through this Jedi temple and nothing bad will happen to us. Don't worry about it.
I, as a Jedi, want this to go nice and peacefully. I, as a player, want to hit things with a lightsaber.
I mean, yes.
Looking at my
Agreed.
character sheet, it's like, that ability, hit stuff with lightsaber. That ability, hit stuff with lightsaber. This ability, ooh, I wonder what that's doing. Oh, wait, it's hitting stuff with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I don't want to say what will or what won't happen, but I think the odds of a combat next session are highly likely.
Hi.
So prepare yourselves.
At least we
Fantastic.
have like a medical bay that isn't like destroyed, or we'd have like 10 wounds to get through this entire campaign. Oh, you know, I am protect that's like, oh, what you're gonna spend the threat on? Oh, yeah. Every threat generated is one destroyed back to tank. Anyway,
If you're not subscribed to our newsletter, I'm just going to go ahead and plug that really quickly. You can find a link for that on our website. That's thecritshowpodcast.com. There's also a link in chat right now. Make sure you sign up for our newsletter because you will be the first to know about things like Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. We're going to have some new stuff in our merch store on our website, and some very, very cool things that are on the way that I don't want to spoil, but they are very neat. If you missed any of this episode, or if you want to rewatch episode 1, or if you want to watch episode 2 again, head on over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thecrit-show. This episode will be uploaded there on Thursday morning, and while you're there, you can also check out the other episodes from previous installments of the Omniverse Chronicles, including Let's Plays of I Hunt, Masks, Crossroads Carnival, Afterlife Wandering Souls, as well as one-shots that we've done on our YouTube channel, like The Witch is Dead or Jason Statham's Big Vacation, as well as video game Let's Plays that we've done throughout the last year or so. So go ahead and give that a subscribe if you could. I don't think I'm missing anything.
The only thing I'm going to add is that for those of you who are on the mailing list, tomorrow, you're going to get another free mystery. So if you're not on the mailing list, make sure you sign up, because then you'll get 2 free Monster of the Week mysteries.
Nice. So go ahead and do that. You can find that on our website. And you can, Andrew is doing it right now.
It's like,
Gang, looks like. Gee,
I'm
gang,
kidding,
looks like
I'm
we've got
already
another monster on our
subscribed.
hands.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for your generosity. We're having such a blast with Star Wars, and I can't wait for episode 3. I hope you all have a great night. Bye.